Let's hear it for our next storyteller, Neshama Franklin.
Yeah, is that right? That's good.
Closer.
Is this good? You can hear me? Okay. Good.
Yes.
So there I was on the stage, stark naked. And it wasn't a dream, it was real life. But it wasn't really a stage, it was a kind of grimy, carpeted platform. And I wasn't completely naked, I had a homemade G-string on. What was I, a mother of young children, doing at the Roaring Twenties nightclub in 1967 in San Francisco? Well, I had come from New York City, where I had been a dancer, but I never got paid. And I was taking classes from Dancers Workshop Theater. And my teacher was A.A. Leith. I never found out what A.A. stood for, but that's what we called him. And he too had two young children, and you don't make a lot of money as a dance teacher. So he had a brilliant idea. He went down to North Beach and he talked to the nightclub owners and he said, look, the tourists want to see what it's all about, but it's scary on Haight Street. There are weird people, they're stoned, they're dirty, they're dangerous. If you come to the nightclub, you can sit with your drink and we will bring them the psychedelic experience. So what I was doing on that stage was I was about to do the hippie dance of love. Now, you know, because you need a partner to do it. He had chosen from among the class members, and he chose me, and I would get paid for what I loved to do. Now, you should know what A.A. looked like. He had kind of stiff, brownish hair. He tried to grow it long, and he wore steel-rimmed spectacles. He was very nearsighted, and he had a beard and a very stern expression and bandy legs. He did not look like a hippie or a dancer. He kind of looked like a botanist. Now, what I looked like, but first I have to tell you what in the Roaring Twenties the iconic girl in the swing looked like. She was the other act. And in this gilded swing, she swung over the heads of the drinkers. She looked like a Vargas pinup. She had the long legs, the pointed feet, the pneumatic breasts, the big blue eyes, the cascading hair. What did I look like? Well, I'll tell you. But first, our costumes. A.A. wore a headband, love beads, and a loincloth. And I wore a translucent kind of light show caftan I had made, easy on, easy off, with that G-string. And so this is the way the dance worked. We came from opposite corners, kind of like boxers. And we met in the middle with that gesture, and then anything went. And the two rules were off come the clothes and down come the bodies at the end. We were to be in close proximity lying on that stage-ish thing. And other than that, we can do anything. Now, the deal with the clothes off was not so big because you remember this was 1967. Hot tubs, frolicking in the woods, happenings. I mean, you know, we did it. But I had some trepidation about what would happen when I took the caftan off. I was afraid they would laugh. And you know, they did. But I had prepared myself for this. I did a kind of a keto flip in my head, and I decided that I was projecting irony because it was so ridiculous what we were doing up there. So I did the hippie dance of love, very camp, and they loved it, and so did I. And I thought, you know, maybe this could be my real career. 25 a night, you know, and a lot of time to read in the dressing room. And I forgot about some realities, like time. The Summer of Love was not called the Summer of Love for nothing. And gravity, the nubile body would start to sag. And reality, because the dance was getting a little stale. We were doing the same thing every night. And you remember those children? I would come home really revved up and kind of go to sleep and then have to get up and take them to co-op nursery school early in the morning. I knew when it was over. I handed my G-string and kaftan to the next person in line. That was Meredith. That's Meredith Monk. Some people may know her as an amazing choreographer and composer. And she comes to the West Coast periodically, and I check in with her. We sit around the table after the performance, and she's surrounded by her acolytes. They all have designer glasses and black turtlenecks. And she looked at me and she said, "Hey, Neshama, you remember when you gave me my first G-string?" And their jaws just sagged. Yeah, of course I remember. You know why? Because I believe we are all like Russian nesting dolls. And everything we've done and everything we've been is right inside us. You just twist off the top and lift it out. It's intact. So just know, when you look at an old lady with frizzy gray hair, you have no idea what she's been up to, or for that matter, what she's really thinking. Thank you.
Neshama Franklin.